All right, welcome back to the program, and deep apologies once again for the technical issues experienced earlier. Joining us now on set is Afia TV Head of News and Current Affairs, Mr. Alex Ogbodo, as we do take a look at the headlines. Mr. Alex.
Good morning.
Of the Eastern Eye, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Oji. Good morning.
How are you?
I mean, we all know how we're doing, right? We all know. So let's take a look at headlines. I mean, we're reporting straight to the Abuja airport where El-Rufai there was an attempted arrest on him on his arrival from Cairo. And now the council has flayed that attempt and he's supposed to report to EFCC on Monday. What's your take on his travels?
What I don't understand is why EFCC would choose to employ that style of arrest. If the man was in Nigeria all this while, why didn't you arrest him? You wanted the drama. So I think that the only thing I'm seeing is that maybe sometimes EFCC just likes the drama of people seeing that they are attempting to arrest a big man.
But that could be embarrassing, especially when they're still trying to investigate the said allegations.
Yeah, you know, it's still the biggest job is to prove that the man did the thing, whatever it is they want to arrest him for. I mean, they know what it is. He's been out of office for almost 3 years. And suddenly you remember in February of 2026 that El-Rufai has a case to answer. The same man that was screened in the Senate and there were security concerns about him. Nobody picked him up. Not even the DSS invited him to do anything. But suddenly, you want to arrest him. Well, it looks like if you have been a governor in Nigeria, you can be arrested at any time.
Well, can you actually tag this to his alignment?
Of course, but of course, you know, if he was still in APC, I'm certain that wouldn't have happened.
Do you see him basically going the way of other people who have been picked up by EFCC, the travels?
Well, it all depends on how it unfolds. It depends on what they have on him and what he has on himself. Because whatever they are putting on the table, he should have a counterclaim to it.
Are you also considering what he has on them?
Yeah, that's what I said, what he has on himself. Because
himself
he has the information. Yeah, I haven't been part of the circle.
Yeah.
But you know, at that level, he was never part of the Tinubu government. So I'm not sure
but he was
whatever he will know.
Installed Tinubu.
Whatever he will know will be limited to what he was able to get from third parties. But if he was part of this government, he would have known a lot. But having been in the corridors of power, there are things you may still get intel, but you may not get everything you want. Of course, remember, the villa has its own cabal.
Yeah, as they say.
I mean, there's a lot of issues concerning this. Now, even if he has a lot of things on them, how powerful is he when the people that are trying to order this may, be the people in charge? So would it really mean anything if he does have anything on them in the first place? And essentially, who is more powerful? Because he said that even the president cannot order that kind of arrest. They have to serve him the proper letter and go through the proper process.
But that's what it's supposed to be.
But that's a show of power, isn't it?
No, the last time I checked, if the police wanted you, they will invite you. So is the EFCC above the law? El-Rufai is also not above the law. If you wanted to arrest him, you serve him a warrant of arrest, and or you ask him to show up at the office. So this whole let's clamp him down kind of setting. Yeah, because the thing would have created something really ugly yesterday. Because, if that wasn't an airport, it could have been violent.
That's true. I mean, as soon as the aircraft arrived, they said that the operatives started to come towards, in this commando fashion. But, looking at INEC, they are proposing a budget of over 800 billion naira. And if you look at the cumulative costs among other expenses, we're looking at 1.04 trillion naira on the elections. And then the issue of concern here for me has been the miscellaneous spending, which is going to go up at least 41 billion naira of that budget. So what does miscellaneous mean? And what's your take on this entire breakdown?
I don't know what miscellaneous means. Especially when it's about INEC. I don't know what it means. Because if in 2023 they conducted that election and announced the result the way they did, I don't know what miscellaneous means. They are the only ones that can explain it. In fact, they will get the money, by the way. They will get it.
They will get the money, but
INEC always gets their money.
Are you optimistic that something would change, even if it's not perfect?
The question here is not about optimism. I just pray that the election will not be violent.
But
Whether I'm expecting it to be free and fair, no.
okay. So,
Yes.
but regarding the by-elections, talking about the individual heading of the INEC at this point in time, Professor Josh Amopiton, regarding the by-elections, you can use that as litmus test for him. How do you see 2027 to pan out regarding what you've seen thus far?
The defining election will be the presidential election. They can use any other election to do any kind of show they want. Remember, at the general elections, the presidential election will come first. Once the president is re-elected, every other thing will be icing on the cake.
That's right. So looking at Jonathan is basically saying that for Africa to sustain its democracies, we need younger leaders, ranging from 25 years old to 50 years old, basically setting a 50-year cap for leaders. Based on his experience, he's saying if we really want to turn to modern governance, we need this age category of leaders. Do you side with him? Do you think he's making sense?
It's not about siding with him. I don't think this is entirely about youth. I don't think leadership is entirely about youth, because if you look at some of the biggest economies in the world, their leaders are not that young. But how old is Trump? How old is Macron? How old is Keir Starmer? So it's not about being very young. It's about knowing that the country you are about to govern needs your best. And you must eschew all these personal interests that beclouds the lead. In the 60s, a lot of the African leaders were in their 30s. At least if you use Nigeria as an instance, everyone that played a role in the Nigeria political scene, they were mostly in their 30s, at most you have them in their 40s. So it's not about how young they are, it's about commitment to national development, knowing that your best and ablest hands must be brought on to take on responsibility to build the nation. It's not about person where you sabi.
Okay, let's take this to a punch. This one says U.S. sanctions, China pushes back as FG targets foreign illegal miners. Like we saw a couple of days ago, Riley Moore took to his X handle and was stating about sanctions regarding Nigerian and the religious war, if you put it that way, though. And he called out a couple of individuals right here, which Kwankwaso Ameitiala was involved in. But he said something too, that one of the reasons why what is happening right there up north is because of the Chinese and their mining, the illegal mining, right? Right now they're calling, as the US, Nigeria is calling on FG, on illegal miners, the US also and Chinese is pushing back on this. How do you think this is going to pan out at the end of the day, right? The Chinese illegal miners, as they say, they're up north, are the reason why we're having insecurity having Nigeria.
But we've always known that what was happening in the north had nothing to do with religion. If the security agencies, they know the intel they have, people are trying to protect their sphere of influence so that the mining of whatever, they say illegal mining, but no one talks about what is being mined. It ranges from gold to all the rare earth minerals that Trump is positioning himself to take Greenland for. Nigeria is blessed under the ground, and no one is telling you exactly what it is these guys are mining. See truckloads of what you don't know leaving our shores, but you don't even have an idea what they are called and what they are worth. So those guys there from China, they can fight to the death. They might not leave that place. Because what it means, if they live there, whatever factory they were supplying that into might close down. They know what it means.
That's right.
Millions of people might lose their jobs.
So very
their
quick.
Jobs in China if they stop. So Nigeria needed to get our acts together, because if allowed non-state actors to take charge of patches and portions of land where all these minings are taking place.
So very quickly, I'd like us to look at issues around the city boy movement in the region. A lot of stories have been trending, people flaying Obi Kubana chief priest, and all of the young people who have decided to join the city boy movement, including the RT, IFN movement. Relax, Tinubu is fixing Nigeria, of course, which we saw Yule Doche spearheading. Obi Kubana has been in the news. He's been flayed by various, persons. People are not supporting it. And recently we saw that some buses were donated by high-profile individuals, and those people have been called sellouts, more or less. So you could not buy buses for the healthcare center, but you went and you went to buy buses and then you put the president's face on the buses and, you're trying to campaign for him. So if we have that video, I'd like us to take that video that shows the arrival of buses as donated by some high-profile persons and businessmen supporting the City Boy movement, which is some kind of an organization that is trying to rally support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We'll try and get that video and then we'll come right back. Do stay with us. Apologies, we do not have that video ready for you, but Mr. Alex, I mean, the point has been made clear.
Absolutely. So this is much ado about nothing. Some of the people calling out Obi Kubana and Zenko and all these guys, their parents were rooting for Abacha in the 90s. People forget so easily. We've forgotten about youth earnestly asked for Abacha. If you were here in the 90s, you would know that that's how politics works. You must have support groups from all parts of the country. Our people must stop vilifying people for making a choice about their political stance. A lot of people I know want to join the City Boy movement. And what is wrong with it? What is wrong with supporting a sitting president? What is wrong with some people from Southeast rooting to be connected to the center? What has Igbo and Southeast gained by isolating themselves so that when the president wins re-election, you sit back and complain again, like the Southeast complained under President Buhari? That was exactly what happened. You decided not to vote for the man, you didn't support him, but when he is sworn in for his second term, you want him to give you preferential treatment. In the Southeast, we always want preferential treatment. We always tell everybody we are the wisest, that we're the most educated. But we don't want to support a sitting president to win re-election. So if I win re-election as a president, who do you think I will pick first?
Well, Mr. Alex, right? Well, there's politics and there's governance.
That's correct.
When you're politicking, you're politicking. So after the politicking and after elections and all that stuff, we focus on governance. When we are governing, it's not time for the government of the day
This
to
is the justification we give.
Spread the wealth of the nation.
This is the justification we give that is not nice. You start claiming, even if we did not vote for him, he should be everybody's president. Yes, he will be everybody's president. But he will, first of all, be president of people who voted for him. The politics is not morality. Igbo should know it. When Igbo are expecting everything to be straightened, for everybody to file out as if they are going to receive Holy Communion. In politics, it's not morality. Allow people to align where they want. Stop vilifying people.
So are we wise now?
If whoever wants to be in APC should be in APC. Okay, I challenge those who are calling out Obi Kubana and the rest to go and buy buses for ADC. They should form their own boy movement for the other political parties they want. This is the whole essence of Nigeria now having about 20 political parties is for you to have diverse choices. I challenge them to go and form their own, whatever, they can call it state group or whatever, and buy their own cars. Is Obi Kubana and Kubana Chief Priest and Zenko the only billionaires in Igbo land? There are many other people who are way richer than them that are not identifying openly. And did Peter Obi tell you that he is lacking support financially? Has he ever mentioned that the problem he has in becoming the president is money? It's not money, and we know it. So let's not be emotional. Politics is not morality. Ndi Igbo mulanya. Align with the center if you want to. Allow people to support who they want. We have over 200 million people here.
All right, Mr. Alex, I mean, we risk, carrying this on for a lot longer, but I understand you have to be on straight talk, so I'll let you go. Right. One of the major concerns many people have typically is the issues around the welfare of Nigerians. Nigerians are struggling, Nigerians are finding it tough, and when they see people supporting the party, and it's a party that's rather a movement that seems to be driven on a whole lot of vanity. Sometimes it appears as if these people are selling out. That's the concern on the street.
There will always be people who are not doing well in the country. Even in the 60s, there were people who couldn't feed. Let's go and look at the statistics. No president can solve all Nigeria's problems.
All right.
Even in families, the parents can't solve all problems.
Mr. Alex, we have to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining the review. I mean, we have extended longer than usual because of the technical challenges experienced for the morning show. We'll come back, and when we return, we'll take regional stories. Do stay tuned.